This old guy DIY video has to do with aligning the pulleys on this John Deere 230 blower. So when I first got this thing, I took the guard off here. So there's a bolt on this side and a bolt on the other side. And once the guard is off, you can see this series of belts. And initially, this set of pulleys was moving in and out, and the first time I ran it, it came up and it was hitting the front here. So I put a little PVC spacer in there. I knew that wasn't the long-term solution, but I wanted to see if this thing would work. So after I replaced the belts, it blows with high velocity and looks like it's going to be really good. So now my question is, how do I keep these pulleys from moving in and out and running into each other? In fact, they would make contact back here if this moved that direction, and if it moved towards the tractor, then it was squealing like hell. So what I did is came in and cleaned a bunch of the grease off. So each collar has two set screws on it. There's one there and one down a little further. And to get access to it, the way the pillow block is shaped, you can see you have to come with your Allen wrench right from the top. So after I adjust this one, I'll just rotate the pulleys assembly, and I'll get the other one where I can come straight down and get it. So to access this, I had to remove this guard, and there are two bolts on the end. There was a bolt here in the middle, and then two bolts on the other end, and that allows this piece to just be picked up and out of the way. And then when we come to the front bearing assembly, you can see the set screw again. So I'm going to take a straight edge, and since this assembly is fixed, there's no motion, I'm going to run a straight edge from here to this pulley assembly and figure out what I need for lateral movement to or away from the tractor. And then I'm going to do the same thing back here, just take a straight edge and run it from this pulley pack over to that bottom pulley pack to establish what I need, and then I'll tighten up those set screws. We'll start it up and see if it runs like it should. Okay, I've gone through and tightened the set screws. We had two here, two here, there were two back here, and then two in here on the back of the unit. And when I'm tightening these things, since you don't have much leverage with that little guy, I just take a 10-inch crescent wrench and I set it right on here. I don't know if I can do it one-handed. Just like that. So that gives me the leverage so I can crank that thing down. And when I'm tightening it up, I tighten it until the shaft of the Allen wrench flexes a little bit, and then I stop. So we'll put her back together and see how it runs. Now I'm ready to button this up. This just shows you how I ran that bar across from this side to this side. And you can see the pulley is aligned pretty well. I did the same thing on the back one. And since these set screws came loose over 30 years apparently, and I'm in here and I have easy access, I cut a piece of PVC for a spacer here on the front, and I also have one in here on the back. So it makes it sort of a belt to go with the suspenders. No matter what happens, that thing should not try to run away. So it won't run into the back pulley, and it won't come forward and hit here, which causes an angle that's too aggressive, and then the belts squeal and possibly break. So I'll put the guards back on and give it a shot. Here it is in action. Everything's working the way it should. Everything appears to be aligned and good to go. We'll give it a try. this thing and used it for 30 minutes on wet leaves that were covered with snow a few days ago. I did shoot some video to show you how it works. This damn thing will move the volume of material. I can only imagine how it'll do when it's summertime or fall and the leaves are dry. But this thing should be called the Blowmaster 6000 rather than a John Deere 230. So in summary, I bought this thing on Craigslist. You know, the guy said runs great, use it all fall, just don't need it. Got it home, found the tires were flat. I bought new Carlisle Chinese tires that said they were made in America on Amazon, showed up they were made in China, but they do work. And since I buggered up the wheels a little bit putting the things on, I put a tube inside, so they should last forever now. And then when I first took this for a run, made it 50 feet and the belts broke. So I bought new belts for $4 a piece from the V-Belt guys out in Sioux City, South Dakota. Those things are working great. John Deere wanted $44 a piece. And then when I did get the belts on and it was running, this whole pulley assembly was moving in and out, and it would either come up to the front and cause these things to squeal like hell because they were angled, or it would slide back and actually hit the other pulley, and then I think that's what caused the belts to break. But I got that fixed. And today I removed the grease so I could find the set screws here at the pillow block bearings, and I tightened the set screws that I could, all 8 of them, and now everything appears to be good to go. So if you happen to find one of these things at a local auction or Craigslist, or my initial impression was, boy, I just wasted a bunch of money. It's going to cost me a bunch of time, but I'll put it back for sale better than it was when I found it. Now that I've seen it in action, I think this is just the ticket for large property owners that want a large volume of air. Oh yeah, and earlier in the thing, I just shot a video of that discharge air hitting my pant legs, because it does have some volume and velocity. So I hope this little video helped you, and have a great day.